Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I'm your host for today, Tawana Wright, and today's session is a workout session with Jerri Haslem. Folks, we want to remind you that AARP is empowering people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization with more than 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate on their behalf, all of them, without regard to politics. So when the pandemic hit, we decided that we could continue our healthy living activities online because we want you to stay safe but stay healthy. And this morning we have with us trainer, health educator Jerri Haslem. Good morning, Jerri.
Good morning. How are you this morning, Tawana?
I'm doing great. What do you have on tap for us today?
We are going to do some stretching, which is going to be maybe for some people extreme. I think it is so important that we realize how important it is for our bodies. So today is all about stretching.
All right. Well, Jerri, I'm not going to delay you too long, but let's remind folks, before you begin any exercise routine, you need to consult with your physician to make sure that you are healthy enough to engage. And remember, if there are modifications for exercises that Jerri's going to be doing this morning, so just pay attention and know your limitations as we begin. All right, Jerri.
Thank you so much. Good morning and welcome. I thank you. I am so glad to be here today. You know what I always tell you, what do I expect? I expect a smile. That's the only thing I ask of you. Today, we're going to do some intense stretching. And when I say that, I will tell you, when you're in your 20s, you think you're invincible and you don't have to stretch. At least I thought that. But it is so good for you. It's so good for your bodies to do this before or after, or just understanding how important it is to stretch. And a lot of times we don't realize that until we do something around the house and we feel like, oh, I pulled something, or maybe you're reaching up to pull something off of a shelf, or you're bending down. And I always say, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So today, I want you to give me that smile. Again, we can modify, always understanding your range of motion and how important that is. So if I do something and you don't like it, guess what? You don't have to do it. So with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start with our shoulders. Oh my goodness. This is all I want you to do. I want you to stand up tall. And even if you're not standing up, if you're sitting down, I just want you to relax. And I want you to bring your shoulders up and drop them. A lot of times we don't realize how much stress and what that is doing to our bodies, and we're walking around with our shoulders up. We feel like we have a pinch or something's going on. So again, bring those shoulders up and drop them. Just let it go. Now, one more time. Again, you're relaxed. You're standing up tall. You're not holding your breath, or you're sitting down. Your core is nice and strong. You're going to bring those shoulders up. And just let them fall. Just let it drop. The next thing I want you to do is simply let your head fall to one shoulder. And when I say that, I don't want you to bring your shoulder up. I simply want you to let your head relax to one side, just letting it fall. Now, if you're comfortable, you can let it stay there, or you can take your hand and simply just push a little bit more on it. Again, you don't have to, okay? There you go, just letting that head fall, not giving yourself a pull from anywhere, but just letting it fall. And you will feel that all along your neck and your shoulder, just letting it fall. Bring that head up. There you go. Let's go to the other side again. You're just going to let the head fall. You're not pulling it up. You're letting that head collapse, letting your ear go down as far as you can, okay? Then take that hand, if you're comfortable, and give it just a little bit of a tug, just a little bit, giving it even more of a stretch. And again, you don't have to, okay? Bring that head up. Now, I simply want you to think about this. Keep your shoulders still. A lot of times when we turn, myself included, we hear something and we turn with our shoulders and not our head. So what I want you to do is simply let your shoulders, everything is relaxed, and I simply want you to turn your head to your shoulders. So when I say that, you're not moving up your upper body, you're just moving your head and your neck are the only thing that moves, okay? So I turn my head to the side, and actually I turn my head a little bit further. So if I wanted to, I could look out of my peripheral and see the back. Bring it back to the front. Again, let's go to the other side, okay? Turn your head, leave your shoulders still. Shoulders are still, no moving them. There you go. Bring it back to the front. And when you bring it back to the front, of course, I want the smile. You know that. Let's do that again. Simply turn your head to your shoulder. And if you would, look a little bit over your shoulder. So again, out of your peripheral, you could see the back, something in the back, turning that head. Bring it back to the front. Now, this is what I want you to do. Simply let your chin fall to your chest. Just let it relax. You're just looking down. You're not pressing your head down. You're just letting it fall. Just a good stretch in doing that, okay? Letting it fall, okay? Bring the head up. There you go. Now again, drop your chin to your chest. Just relax it. Let your chin drop to your chest. Just letting that stretch just from the back. Oh my God, that should feel so good for you. Just let it fall and bring that head up. How is that? Now what we're going to do, I want you simply to take your head to one shoulder, roll it around to the front, to the center, and bring it up, okay? Let that head fall, roll it around to the center, and bring it up. We're going to do that one more time on that same side. You're letting your head fall. You're going to roll it to the center and bring it up. So good, so relaxing. A lot of times we don't do that. And sometimes if we sleep the wrong way, we can feel that little uncomfortable pull in our head and neck. So let's try the other side, okay? We're going to drop our head to the side. We're going to roll it to the center and bring it straight up. Again, your body is relaxed, no tension. You're not holding anything, okay? Again, let that head fall. Roll it to the center and bring it up with that beautiful smile. I want one more of these, please. Let the head fall to the side and roll it to the center and bring that head up, okay? So again, waking up that head and neck, getting those shoulders ready. Now what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to ask you just to take your hands, simply take it out. Both hands are out. My palms are facing each other, and then I'm going to turn my palms up, okay? Turning my palms up. And I'm pulling my hands, my fingertips, as if I'm serving you. So I'm stretching from my shoulders and that back, pulling my fingertips as close as I can to touch your screen. There you go. Bring those hands down. When you do that with intensity, you can feel it. I'm not just saying hold your hand out there. We're not doing that. We're actually pulling our hands, our arms, our fingertips, okay? So again, the hand comes up. At first, the palms face each other. Then we take our palms upward, okay? Now right here, you're gonna pull and stretch arm strong. You're stretching those fingers, those arms. You can touch the screen. You're just pulling so intense. You're stretching, you're pulling with intensity. Bring those arms down. When you do that, you can actually feel that stretch all the way from your back, okay? We're gonna do that once again, okay? At first, my arms just come up, palms face each other, and then they're upward, okay? So the palms are up. Now pull. You're pulling together as if you're literally taking your fingers. They don't touch the screen, but you're pulling with an intent, with intensity. You're opening up. You're stretching that back. You're pulling. Relax. Bring those arms down. When you do that, you can feel that, okay? Stretching that back out. Now we're going to stretch out the chest. And what I want you to do, I simply want you to take your hands behind you, okay? I never like to turn around and to my back, but trust me, my hands, I'm just putting them together because, of course, I always want to see your face. And what I want you to do is just open up your chest. When you do that, it's almost like you're opening up your chest and your arms. You're not bending, you're just lifting up nice and tall. You're tall when you do that. Relax. Let those hands down. So you're opening up your chest when you do it. It's very relaxing. It's a stretch, but it's unbelievable. It's like good morning. It's like your shoulder blades, they come back. So we're going to do that again. I'm simply going to put my hands together, okay? And I'm going to just lift up my chest. Just lift up. My chin is up. I'm up. I'm not bending. I'm lifting up. There we go. And relax and bring it down. Now, what we can do, and I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. And again, you don't have to do this, okay? So my arms are here. My hands are together. I'm standing up nice and tall. I don't want to bend this way or bend this way. I'm standing nice and tall. And what I'm simply going to do is lift my arms just a little bit, okay? Opening up that chest even more. But again, not bending, just lifting up those arms. It's intense. It's unbelievable. There you go. Lifting the arms up without bending. Either way, I'm standing nice and tall. It's a lift. I bring the arms down and just shake them out. Okay? Again, opening up that chest. Now let's take our arm and let's just simply bring it up and across our chest, giving it a nice stretch from that shoulder. Okay? I'm not turning with it. I'm forward. I'm simply going to bring it up and bring it in as if I'm just giving myself my own little hug to that shoulder. That shoulder is not up, it's down. We don't want to rotate it up, it's down. It's a press in and down. There you go. Bring that arm down. Let's take the other arm, okay? Again, we're just bringing it across our chest. When I do that, I'm not turning. I'm still forward facing you, and that shoulder is relaxed. And sometimes what you want to do is hunch that shoulder up. I don't want that. This is a nice fluid stretch. So again, the arm comes in and we give it a nice hug. Just our upper body, just giving it an unbelievable stretch. And again, that shoulder is relaxed. It's not rising up, okay? And we're just going to drop it, okay? Now this move, you may not be as comfortable, especially if you've had any kind of rotator cuff or maybe your range of motion just doesn't like this move, and that is fine. But what I want you to do is take your arm up and just drop your arm to your back, the center of your back. Your chin is up, it's space in there. We're not doing this, it's up. And when you do that, you're pressing that hand in the center of your back. And what happens, the elbow is right there by your head. It's not flared out like I call a chicken wing. It's right there, and you can feel that stretch. And if you're comfortable, you can take the opposite hand and press. But if you're not, that's fine. Just giving yourself even more of a stretch in that upper body. Again, this is an option. If I take the opposite hand and I press up again, I'm not collapsing my neck. Everything is up, and it's a nice stretch. There we go. Remove my hand, and I'm simply going to bring the arm up and bring it down. Again, when you're doing that stretch, you may or may not feel comfortable, especially if you're not used to lifting your arm up all the way over your head, and that is fine. I always want you to do what you're comfortable with. I want you to challenge yourself, but this should never, ever be punishment. It should be enjoyable, okay? So let's go with the other arm. We're going to take that arm up, and one arm may be more flexible than the other one. That's quite all right, okay? You may feel a little bit tighter on one side than the other, and that's fine too. Try to keep that arm by your head. Again, don't let it flare out, okay? There we go. Excellent. And again, if you're comfortable, you're going to give it even more of a little press. And again, keep that chin, that head up, no collapsing. I want you to get all of your breath when you do that. So important. We're going to take the hand away, and we're just going to bring it up and down. Understanding that holding your stretching, feeling comfortable with your moves, it is so important. You're not just holding a move for 2 seconds. You're actually giving it time to let that blood flow work into that, so it's a good, comfortable stretch. And a lot of times people will say to me, oh my goodness, I'm sore. What is that? And that is the lactic acid. It's building up in your body. You want to ease this with a comfortable stretch. It's so important. You may go out there and walk 3 miles or walk a mile or whatever. You may go out there and run. You may do cardio. But again, your body is very welcoming to the stretch. Okay? So that's just with our upper body. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take those legs. I'm just going to put them, just hip distance apart. I'm going to put my hands on my thighs. My belly button is in, but I'm not holding my breath. And I'm simply going to push back and stretch down. Now my back is flat when I do this. And then I'm simply going to tuck and roll all the way up. I'm going to let my head be the last thing that comes up. And a lot of times people are uncomfortable, and I don't want you to look at the screen, just hear me when I say this, because I don't want your back or your head to be up. You're going to just gaze down. So again, your hands are on your thighs. You're simply going to gaze down. You're going to look down, and you're going to roll down. And when you roll down, you're pushing your hips back, okay? Your knees are slightly bent, and then you're just going to simply tuck and roll up. Roll all the way up. Excellent. I love it. Let's do that once more, okay? Again, your knees are soft. Your hands are on your thighs. You're simply going to roll. You're going to gaze down. You're going to look down. That back is flat. Your hips go back. And simply, you're going to act like that cat. Just tuck and roll all the way up. And when you do, relaxing your body and letting your head be the first thing that come up, okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pull these legs in, and I'm simply going to cross one leg over the other. And when I do that, again, feel comfortable with your balance. If you wobble, who cares? Doesn't matter. So you're just going to take, but your feet are flat, okay? I don't want them arching up. I want them flat, okay? So one leg is actually over the other. And what I want you to do, I'm going to talk you through this. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to talk you through it, because with this move, again, think of yourself as a rolling pin. So you're going to roll down and roll up. And again, I don't want you to look at the screen and do it. So the first time, I just want you to watch me, and I will talk you with what I'm going to have you to do, because I know sometimes you're wanting to look, and I don't want your head to pop up, okay? So just watch me the first time. I'm simply going to relax everything, and I'm going to let myself just roll down. And when I feel a little bit comfortable, I'm going to let myself go down a little bit more. I'm just not holding on to anything. I'm getting that good stretch from the back. It doesn't matter how low you go. If you place your hands on the floor, great. If you don't, that's fine too, okay? But again, it is a comfortable stretch. It's a comfortable roll. And my hands are on the floor, but my hands could be on my feet. They could be on my ankles. And then I'm simply going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. And my head will be the last thing that comes up. It's not a fast move. I don't want you to have like a rush to the head. So I wanted you to watch me, because again, sometimes you're trying to listen, and of course you're trying to watch, and you notice how my head was constantly down. I did not want it, popping up, giving myself, any possible, opportunity to injure myself, okay? So I'm going to uncross my legs. We're going to do the other side. When we do this, I'm not going to physically do it. I'm going to talk you through it, okay? So I'm going to cross over the other leg, and simply you're just going to let your body relax. and you're just going to start to roll down. And when you're comfortable wherever you are, that's where you need to be. I hope when you do these exercises, you're looking at what I'm doing just as a reference. It is by no means what you need to look like or to do. So often we're looking at the person next to us, or we're looking at the instructor, and we're thinking, gosh, am I doing it right? You are doing it right, because your range of motion is your range of motion, okay? So you're going to roll all the way down to where you're comfortable. And then I'm going to ask for just a little bit more of an increase, okay? Just a little bit more. You're going to go down, and then you're simply going to start to unroll that body one vertebrae at a time, not rushing. This is not a contest, okay? You're going to roll all the way up, and when you do, you're simply going to take those legs apart, okay? So understanding where you are with your comfort level, okay? Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm simply going to put my weight on my back leg, and I'm going to stick a leg out. So the opposite leg, it doesn't matter if you go with the right or left, because we will do both sides. And I'm just going to sit back in my hips with that stretch. I'm sitting back. It's almost like I have a kickstand. You remember on the bicycle how you put that kickstand down? That's kind of like where my legs and feet are. We got that old-fashioned kickstand. Gonna pop it down, and I'm sitting back with that stretch in the hip. I can feel that in my hamstring. I'm sitting back in it. Now I can go a little bit deeper, and I can also place my hand on my shin, and I can let it slide down, giving myself even more of a stretch. I can feel that in those hamstrings, okay? I can slide all the way down, and if I like, I can put my hand on top of my shoe. It's an amazing stretch. You can feel that. You're not rushing it. You're definitely giving me a smile, because that's the required thing in this class at all times. There you go. I'm simply going to roll up. It feels amazing when you do that, okay? Let's go with the opposite leg, okay? I'm going to put that out. I've got that kickstand. There we go. Sitting back in it. Got to sit back in it, because that's what's going to give you that feeling. It's going to challenge your balance a little bit. Sometimes I shake, but I don't really care. I'm over it. I'm just here to enjoy it, okay? So I'm sitting back. I feel that nice stretch. Again, I want you to feel a little bit of a stretch, but never pain, okay? I'm going to slide that hand down, giving myself even more of a stretch. There we go. And then I'm going to get so low that I put my hand, I place it on that toe. I'm sitting back. I feel that unbelievable stretch, and I roll my body up. These are things that we know are so good for us, but a lot of times we feel like, I don't have time to do it. And guess what? Make time to do it today, okay? And what we're going to do right here, we're going to take one leg, and we're just going to bend it, put my toe down. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up, again, this is an option. I'm going to bend that leg, and I'm going to take a chance. Hopefully I won't fall. I'll hold on to the wall, but I'm going to bring that leg back. Oh, the front of that thigh is saying good morning. There we go. Knee to knee. Great stretch. And then I'm going to put it down, okay? So with that move, I would suggest, if you're not comfortable, to hold on to the wall or have a chair, because it can be, again, it's challenging your balance as well as the stretch, okay? So I'm going to do, and again, you're going to be more comfortable on one side than the other, and that's fine. So I'm going to take the other leg right here. I'm left-handed, so a lot of times I'm backwards anyway. But I'm going to take that foot, and I'm just going to trust myself. I'm going to come up just a little bit, and if I fall, you know what? You'll be the first to see it. I just put it like that. So I'm going to bend that leg. I may shake some, and I'm going to take my hand. I'm going to put it back here. I'm going to fight for that balance. I'm going to pop that hip up to give it a good stretch. I'm trying to balance myself out. There I go. I feel that stretch. I'm not as comfortable on this side because, again, I'm left-handed. There we go. Give it that stretch, press that hip forward. Oh, yes. Stretch, you can feel it. Now I'm going to let it go and put it down. Even in doing something like that, when you're not comfortable, it's okay. Again, if you want to hold on to the wall, if you want to use the wall to hold on to from the beginning, if you want to bring in a chair. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you that move from the side so you can see, like, my knees were together. It wasn't out like that, okay? So what's going to happen, I'm going to turn to the side, and I'm just going to place my hand on the wall for my security blanket myself. I'm going to bend that leg at the knee. I'm going to bring it together. So I've got my foot right here, and I've got it to as close to my hip as I can. I've got knee to knee, and that hip is forward. It's an unbelievable stretch. I got that, my body is up as straight as I can. I'm not leaning over. I'm standing up. I got heel, my heel as close as I can to my hip. And that hip is going forward, and I can feel that stretch. I'm going to let it go. Okay? I'm going to turn to the other side. And again, I'm just going to put my hand on the wall from the beginning. I'm going to bend that leg at the knee. I'm going to bring my heel as close as I can to my hip. I'm standing up. The hip is forward. When you do this stretch, I promise you, you will be able to, you will feel it immediately, okay? Again, hips are forward. Heel as close as to my hip as I can, and then I'm going to let it go, okay? So just understanding those moves are, they're a little bit more intense than just a normal bend or stretch, something in that nature, okay? Again, you can always take that leg, take it out, and stretch that way. When I say take it out, you can take your legs out, stretching back in your hips, just going from side to side, feeling that stretch, okay? So when we do this, again, we're putting the weight in our hips, never in those knees. We don't want to put pressure there. So it's in our hips. I'm just stretching. I'm going to take this and just stretch, and then I'm going to hold it, okay? The weight is in my hips. It's in the back, not forward, okay? There we go. I'm going to bring it to the center. I'm going to take it to the other side. And again, these are great moves that you can do by yourself with a friend. You can have music and put on your favorite music. I always tell you that. And when you do, time will just, oh my goodness, it will fly by. You put on your favorite music and you just get to moving. I'm going to bring it to the center. I'm going to take my back down just a little bit more, and I'm going to tuck and roll up. You're going to do that again, okay? I'm going to come down. Again, my back is flat. I'm going to tuck and roll all the way up. I'm going to bring those legs in. And what I'm going to do now, I'm simply going to take the arms out, and I'm going to pull them all the way up. You may not see them, but they're all the way up. My palms are together. I'm going to take it around. Then I'm going to take my hands out and bring it all the way down. So when my arms come up, my palms come together, and then I take it where my palms are away, and I bring it down. I'm going to do that again, okay? I'm going to bring it all the way up. Excellent. My palms actually come together, okay? I'm going to turn them apart and bring it all the way back down. Excellent. Now right here, I simply want you to inhale and blow it up and out. I want you to inhale again, all the way, inhale deep and blow it up and out. Now this is what I want you to do, okay? Trust me, I want you right here to just relax your body. I want you to drop your chin to your chest, okay? Just relax that body, drop the chin to the chest, soften your eyes. Now I would like you to close them, but again, that's up to you, but you can lower your lids just a little bit. And I want you to think about how much you empower yourself with just those moves, just just a good stretch, how important that is for you, how relaxing it is, and it can also be intense at the same time. I want you to bring your head up. I want you to inhale deep, blow it up and out. I thank you so much. I have totally enjoyed you spending some time with me, giving me some of your time this morning just to understand the importance of stretching and how important that is and how your body welcomes it. It's almost like when you give water to a plant, it just rejuvenates that body. And I will tell you, regardless of your age, it is so important. And I need to be speaking to myself. When I was in my 20s, when I thought I could just go and do everything and never thought stretching because I just didn't know. I just thought stretching was for the other people, older people. Silly me, it's for everyone. So I've enjoyed it today. I thank you so much. Tawana, I hope you were doing it while you were off camera. So I hope that everyone enjoyed themselves, and I look forward to another Mindful Tuesday. So, Tawana, what were you doing it?
Jerry, I think it's a great session. I had a chance to do some of the exercises. We had a lot of comments coming in. Folks, what we're going to do, we're going to show our promotional video. If you have any questions, can you drop them in the chat for Jerry, and we'll come back and answer them right after the video.
Thank you.
Jerry, we had a lot of great comments this morning, and a lot of people joining us for the first time today. So I'm glad to see that. Folks, we do the mindful movement classes every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Time, and we invite you to join us. We do the workout sessions with Jerry one week, and then the next week we do yoga sections with Becca and Pello. So, Jerry, we had somebody ask us about an exercise guide. We've never talked about putting together an exercise guide before.
I think that's wonderful and something that we can definitely work together to do that, because you think about it, we have been in a state of not knowing when and where we can go, and we don't want to neglect our health. So that is definitely something that's doable that we can, I'm sure, provide, because again, be it you're at home, be it you're, at your office, be it you're working from home, you're working remote. What we want to do is make sure that we're still moving. So this Mindful Movement Tuesdays is something that we can definitely do a guide for literally everything. We've done boxing, we've done strength, we've done stretching. So I feel like if we're standing or if we're sitting, we have something for you with these sessions that we provide.
Well, sounds like they've given us a project to work on. And folks, they've added something new for these sessions that we're doing. It's in the chat function. If you could please complete the survey that tells the virtual community center what you thought about the session, we would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you for Mindful Movement at 10 a.m. Central. At 10 a.m. Central. Don't forget that 10 a.m. Central on Tuesdays, Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.